Where do you go to meet yourself? This video is for anyone on the path of personal growth who wants to learn more about themselves. Welcome back to the Daily Dose of Dawn at Dawn, videos designed to expand your thinking. Okay, so why do we want to learn this? Because Earth is a tough school. Aristotle taught us the key to all wisdom is knowing ourselves. And that was forever ago. But there's no class in Who Are You in school. Welcome back to the Happy Matters Collective. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. So, how did this come into my awareness? I mentioned yesterday that I was so relieved to find out that grip stress was a thing. It really helped me understand why I was such a jerk in a particular situation. So, if you're under a lot of stress, make sure you check that out. Now, going back in time, I worked at Walt Disney World in Florida, and they did a Myers-Briggs event at Disney for a team building exercise. And later, thanks to the internet, I got more into what my letters, INFP, actually meant. If you don't already know what your letters are, you can go to 16personalities.com. I'm not an affiliate, it's not an affiliate link. Um, so my letters are INFP, which is introverted, uh, deep feeling, very curious, sensitive, down to earth, and innovative. Due to sleep deprivation, it often escapes me that I didn't know as much about myself as I could have because of the traumatic life that I lived, the personal traumas and the having narcolepsy for um, undiagnosed in my youth affected my personal growth. So I had to learn a lot of things later in life, and I put them all into my book, How to Be on Your Own Side. So if you are having a rough go at life and you're not sure how to go about getting to know yourself better and what to do about it, you can check it out at howtobeonyourownSide.com. One thing I loved about the doing the Myers-Briggs and then having the internet later to look it up is that I could read about the characteristics of an INFP and also read about the challenges of being an INFP. And my trauma was independent of those things, I believe. So when you know your personality type and you know you might end up doing these things if you're stressed or under pressure, then it helps you be more mindful not to do those things. Some other things that helped me on my journey to getting to know myself better were taking an attachment style quiz. I was able to find out that I had anxious avoidant attachment style from my traumatic past, and I set out to work on it. I listened to videos about it and I read content about it, and I spent a year going through the 4 stages of learning where I noticed the things that were indicative of that and then came up with some strategies to help me change it and then practice those strategies and then eventually became a securely attached person. It was a long process, took a year, uh, and it was completely worth it. Another fun way to learn about yourself is to calculate your life path number. You add up your birthday, the month and the day and the year until you get to a final number. And then you can just use Google. I'm a life path 9 and just look up life path, whatever your number is. And it will show you characteristics of people who are a life path 9. And this isn't to put labels on yourself or to identify anything about yourself. It's just to get to know yourself better. Like you read something and, oh, yeah, that is me. Or you read it and you're like, no, not so much. But as you do those things, yes, that's you hone and align who you are inside of yourself, deepening your knowing of yourself. And then, of course, there's your astrological sign. You can put your birthday in and get your whole birth chart and find out your sun and your moon and all these other things. And I'm way too sleep deprived to figure something like that out and remember it. But I am a Pisces, and I do have a lot of the characteristics of a Pisces according to astrology. So, again, not to bank your life on it, just to deepen your knowing of yourself and who you want to be in this lifetime.